A warm welcome to TechMag TV News Bulletin. I'm Ellen Ochad, and in stories making the headlines. Vice President Chiwenga flies out to China for medicals. 1,300 white Zimbabwean commercial farmers sign up for compensation. Chabangu calls for Sikala's arrest. Zimra employees declare incapacitation. Legislators to lobby for the commercialization of healthcare services. And 7 Zimbabweans perish in SA building collapse. And now in stories in greater detail. Vice President Chiwenga left the country last week for China for a medical review, it has emerged. Chiwenga's last public appearance was on May 11 when he and President Emmerson Mnangagwa attended the Silver Jubilee for the ordination of Roman Catholic Archbishop Robert Ndlovu in Harare. Presidential spokesperson George Charamba confirmed the development. This was the second confirmed appointment Chiwenga has had with the Chinese doctors in 5 months. Moving on, about 1,300 white Zimbabwean commercial farmers whose land was seized in the early 2000s have signed up for compensation, and those who qualify will be paid in 10-year treasury bills, a government official said. Head of Debt Management in the Ministry of Finance, Andrew Mvume, said payouts will be made for improvements that were made to farms rather than the land itself. Under an accord signed in 2020, the government agreed to compensate 4,000 white farmers whose land was seized by the state-backed militants, but it has repeatedly missed payment deadlines. It expects the compensation deal will cost $3.5 billion over 10 years. Self-imposed CCC Interim Secretary General Sengezo Chabangu incited the state security to arrest Job Sikala, whom he accused of betraying Zimbabwe by aligning with foreign adversaries. Controversy follows Sikala's remarks at the Geneva Summit for Human Rights and Democracy last week, where he condemned Emmerson Mnangagwa's administration for tormenting citizens. In a scathing response, Chabangu lambasted Sikala for his comments, suggesting that his actions were counterproductive to the country's progress. This clash between Sikala and Chabangu reflects broader tensions within Zimbabwe's opposition movement as leaders grapple with the best methods to challenge the ruling party and advocate for democratic reforms. And in other news, hard-pressed Zimbabwe Revenue Authority employees have declared incapacitation, citing their low salaries. They argue the Miagra pay cannot cater for decent housing, transportation, food, and other basic necessities. The labor representative body, Zimbabwe Revenue and Allied Workers Trade Union, declared a state of incapacitation for its members, attributing the decision to severe financial difficulties and unaddressed concerns by Zimra top brass. And parliamentarians have vowed to advocate for legislative and policy adjustments that would permit the commercialization of services at Zimbabwe's public hospitals. The proposed legislative tweak aims to empower institutions to generate their own revenue streams, thereby improving service delivery without solemnly relying on treasury disbursements. Addressing journalists following a visit to Parenyatwa Group of Hospitals, which is the country's largest referral center, Daniel Molekele promised to push for legal and policy change to ensure general hospitals offer services at a fee to enhance service delivery. On a sad note, the Garden Route District Joint Operations Command and George Municipality on Friday said that 7 Zimbabwean nationals were among the victims killed after a high-rise building collapsed. A total of 33 people were buried alive after the building collapsed on them in Western Cape. Consequently, the site is classified as a crime scene and has officially been handed over for a formal investigation by the South African Police Services, who will hand it over to the Department of Labor and Employment for their formal investigation to be conducted. And that was all we had on this news bulletin. For more of these stories, do follow us on techmag.tv. Thank you for watching.